Hello everyone, this is Mainak from Civil Center and I welcome all of you back to our channel. So today we are going to do something very special here. Basically, what we are going to do is we are going to show you the entire work process of one of our projects. Basically, we are making this video in the period of lockdown where engineers might not have the opportunity to go to the site and experience things. That's why we have decided to make this video so that you can gain the total experience of the construction process in the site. And if you are new to our channel, make sure you subscribe to our channel because we have uploaded various videos on software concepts and practical things related to civil engineering. So make sure you do that. So first of all, coming to the construction process. First of all, the land is properly labeled. And after the land is properly labeled, the construction process can start. Obviously, before that, you need to have the structural drawings as well as your architectural drawings ready. After you have that, you start the basic process. So first of all, the marking has to be done. So the best process for marking is the use of total station. So as you can see, this is the instrument which you can see, this is the total station instrument. It is used for the marking. It marks the points of the structural drawing, that is the position of the footings, accurately on the ground. So as you can see, the marking process is ongoing. The total station surveyor is marking the points on the ground, and if you can see and zoom in a little bit, this person is holding the prism. It is the prism man, and he will stand and mark the accurate points of the footing. So once we have done that, then that this process will come. So this, as you can see, if you can zoom in into the image, these are the positions of the footings which they have marked. So after the position of the footings are marked, they can go for the excavation. So as you can see, these are all the position of the footings, and till excavation is ongoing, they can also go for the binding of the reinforcement of the footing as well as the columns. So the rod mistri or the rod mason can do this process while the excavation is going on. He will do that as per the structural drawings, and as you can see, this is a type of your rod arrangement where a single layer of reinforcement is given. In some footings you will have double layer, that is above the top and the bottom, but in this the structural drawing only rods at the bottom has been given. Rods can be cut with the help of this circular cutting machine. This is a circular saw. Using this, the rods can be cut. And after the footings are excavated, they need to be inserted some sand, they need to be filled with sand, and also need to be ensured that proper or the same level is there, that is all the base of the footing should be the same level. This can be done with the help of a water pipe. In this site we had clay soil, and this was the construction of basement, so water had accumulated. In that case, you always need to have your water pump ready while working. This is the laborers cutting the reinforcement, while some people are pouring the sand into that particular footings, as you can see. And side by side they are also making the cover blocks. As you can see, these cover blocks are made of 75 thickness, which is perfect for the footings. As the laborers may keep making the reinforcement, they stand by. As you can see, regular site visits are also required, and you can see if you zoom in, these are the column reinforcement binding process which is ongoing. So during this column reinforcement binding, the site engineer or the supervisor should ensure that all the works are done properly or not. And as you can see, the dewatering process is ongoing at the site, and as you can see, this is the column reinforcement binding. From close up, as you can see, the stirrups in the case of beams and the column, and the ties in the case of your columns are called ring in the common language of the laborers. This should always be bent at an angle of 135 degree. So as you can see, this one is bent, it shouldn't be straight here. So after you have done this, you can check all the column reinforcement. So as you can see, this is the sand filling process. This is how the sand filling looks like. So if you check, this sand filling is done for 100 or 4 inches. And till the sand filling, all the laborers have already done the reinforcement binding and cutting of the footing part. And after the sand filling is done, next we can go for the PCC. So you might ask that where are the kits and all in this process, and whether laborers are using it or not. This is what happens commonly, and I'm showing the reality. So as you can see, the PCC should be done properly, and it is done so that we ensure a plain surface, and also so that the concrete doesn't come in contact with the soil. So the concrete will not come in contact with the soil. It will also have a basic base for the column. So this is the case here, and for that it is given. And as you can see the video, we can stop the video here, and we can go to the next thing. As you can see, this is the PCC which is done. And when the PCC is done, and as you can see, this is the half portion is done. You can see the idea of the thickness from here, and after curing process it looks like this. So PCC is done. Do some curing, and as you can see, I am inspecting the PCC at the site here. And after the PCC is done, the next process is the marking for the columns. So as you can see the yellow dots, I'll also show another picture. These are the marking for the columns. This is also done with the help of total station for accuracy. Marking for the columns, when the marking for the columns is done using total station, as you can see, this is the process of the marking of the columns. The yellow dots are all the position of our columns. So when the position of the column is marked, you can make a starter here like this, so that when you place the reinforcement for the footings, the position of the columns is visible. So after having done that, as you can see, this shows them very clearly. So after having done that, what you can do is you can, as you can see, this total process for our total station is ongoing. And as you can see, the column reinforcement and your footing reinforcement also erected in this. You can see this is the footing reinforcement, and here you can observe the cover. If you can zoom in, still the marking for the columns which we have done are visible. And if you're wondering what is the center mark, this center mark is kept at after keeping a spacing of 40 mm. Since 40 mm is the cover of the column, so that portion has also been marked with the help of a little half-inch protrusion of concrete. That really helps a lot while placing the columns. Next, the columns will be placed, and if you're wondering there what is this, these are the cover blocks which are 75 mm, which we had made earlier. So as you can see, now the column has also been placed. When the column is placed, it looks like this, as you can see from here. So once this particular thing is done, next we'll go for the remaining process. So the remaining process, as you can see, these are the columns which has been placed. And now another question you might ask, what is this? Why is this column rod bent like this? So it is called development length. So minimum development length you need to give a minimum development length of 250. In here we have given a development length of 400. So this is done to transfer the stress from your steel to steel. So the development length is given to transfer the stress from the steel to the steel. Since we are considering for the monolithic construction, it will transfer the stress from your column to the reinforcement of the footing. So that's why the development length is given. As you can see, when the columns are erected, you should make sure that they are straight. For that you can use the 20 mm rods, or some places you can also use bamboo, and you can also tie up them. As you can see, these are the supports which are given here, and also you can give supports like this. As you can see, like this also you can give the supports. And as you can see, these are the supports. And this is eccentric, this was an eccentric footing, so that's why beams like this were given. As you can see, the supports in here, this is for the lift portion. So after that, concreting can start. As you can see, let's show a video of the concreting process. As you can see, using vibrators, you need to ensure that proper compaction has been done. They are using vibrators here. And while the laborers pour the concrete, it should be ensured that it is not at a height above than 1.5 meter. So that is, you shouldn't place it or throw it from a higher height, which can result in segregation. So you should ensure this should be poured at a height of 1.5 meter. So once the footing reinforcement is done, you can also create the starter for the columns. So the starter can be like this, created like this. If you create the starter, which can be at the depth or the thickness can be a little bit more than the actual size of the column, it ensures that your column will not have any leakage when the shuttering material is applied. So we recommend that you make this starter for columns. So as you can see, the remaining reinforcement binding is ongoing. This is the reinforcement binding for the lift. So while doing the reinforcement binding of the lift, and also for the septic tank, this is the septic tank, and the right side is one is the lift portion. So it is very important that you decide the depth of the septic tank before, and also while making the reinforcement arrangement of the lift, you should make sure that you know the depth of the lift pit. So as you can see, this is the reinforcement. The lift pit depth is given as 5 feet. 5 feet lift pit depth is given, and after that we'll have the footing. This is the septic tank. 5 inch of RCC and 5 inch of PCC has been done here. And if you want to create an additional soak pits, you can also create after that. And please note that while after you have made the footing, you can fill the remaining portion with the help of sand. Do not use soil here because soil compacts very lightly. This is the septic tank manufacturing process. Now as you can see, now well, some manufacture the septic tank and the soak pit and the lift pit. Others can work for the leveling of the plot with the help of sand filling. And as you can see, sand filling is also going on side by side. And since this is the basement, the reinforcement, longitudinal reinforcements, you can observe that. You can also observe the longitudinal reinforcement which has been already started like this. So this is the work of the basement part. And as you can see, after the basement is leveled properly with the sand filling, you can go for the PCC for the basement. And while doing the PCC, before doing the PCC, you can ensure that the plumbing pipes and all are given properly in all the proper positions. So as you can see, this PCC has been done for the basement. So now after the PCC has been done, then we'll go for the RCC for the basement part. So this is the RCC. As you can see, this is the basement rods are given, and you can also observe the chairs. So these are the chairs which are used to maintain the gap between the bottom reinforcement and the top reinforcement. So the basement has additional soil pressure from the uplift pressure, so that's why you need to do RCC also in the basement portion. So as you can see, the rod binding has all done, and vertical, as you can see, the basement wall reinforcement. And after that, as you can see here, we are going for the concreting of the basement. We had used ready mix concrete. The advantage of ready mix concrete is that you will have less labor use, and you will have a uniform quality, because this quality can be tested with the help of concrete cubes. Here we had used M25 concrete with glass fiber reinforcement for our basement. So in the meantime, we had also made our 3D model, and after that we had started preparing for the shuttering works for your reinforced wall, concrete wall, and also we had completed for the staircase and our lift portion. So here, step by step, this building construction is going on, and you can observe the shuttering materials are given. Some work is also done for the staircase portion as well. This is the ramp portion. Work is doing for the ramp portion, because this is the basement, it will be used as parking. So this is going to be a long process here. It will take 1 month for that. After that, you can see ramp has been done, and it is being cured with the help of gunny bags. So as you can see, water has been started to spray for all the curing process, and we are side by side also doing the RCC wall. RCC wall shuttering and concreting is ongoing. So while the RCC wall shuttering and concreting is ongoing, as you can see, this is the back side, this is the ventilator which has been applied, and this is the right side. So as you can see, the building has been progressing day by day. You can observe all the work. Staircase is done. Now we have reached the ground floor roof. So the ground floor roof shuttering has been started. Centering, as you can see, here you can observe a video in which we have shown the reinforcement binding of the beam here. And as you can see, the spacing, the extra reinforcement at the top, extra reinforcement at the bottom, and if you want, we have also made videos on that, this extra reinforcement. These are the reinforcement. Your engineer needs to go to check at that phase. This is the staircase portion, and some electrical pipes also need to be installed here. Electrical, we have two types of pipes. These are polythene pipes, and we also have PVC pipes in larger constructions. So as you can see, these are the electrical pipe installation. This is the white box and the black box, as you can see. So these are given for the fans. The black one are given for the fans, and the white ones are for the LED or the ceiling lights. You can give them. So after the concreting is done, you can go for the curing process. As you can see, the front staircase has been made, and the curing is ongoing, as you can see here. Detailed project reports have to be submitted by engineers, and as you can see above the basement wall, the brickwork has been started. You can observe here, this is the window seal which has been done. As you can see, the concrete here 4-inch extra on either side has been made for this. You can check the window seal level here. I'll zoom in. This is the window seal level which has been made of concrete. So we are preparing for the next floor. As you can see, this is the seal level, and the columns are also going on. Concreting is also going on for the columns, and the brickwork is also going on. So like this we are processing. So we are planning to do all the outer wall brickwork along with the columns, so that we can have our RCC slab properly. So this is a picture in the basement portion where the engineer, that is myself, I'm checking the kind of your scaffolding and formwork which has been used, all the supports, whether they are given properly or not. So this is the window, and after we have done that, we had cleared our basement portion also. This is actually the entrance from the front to the basement, as you can see, which we had seen earlier. As you can see, this is the beauty of civil engineering. Some 2 months before, in this video, as you can see, it was barren land. We had done the footing excavation. Now it is a basement which can be fully used for the parking, and this is the internal portion of the basement. So going forward, and as you can see, work is ongoing. Staircase is also planned for the top floor, because we are planning for our roof for the next floor. Front staircase has been completed till then. We also have an internal staircase and a front staircase. Front staircase is completed, and we are almost ready for the next floor. Shuttering for the next floor has been done, and as you can see, again the electrical pipes are laid. And lastly but not the least, we are going for the concreting part. As you can see, this is the concreting video. Let's show the video. Again, RMC was used, ready mix concrete was used. At that day we had some rains also, but luckily we had completed that. So the area is around 1000 square feet of the roof, and 18 meter cube RMC or ready mix concrete was utilized at the site. As you can see, one transit mixer can get 6 m cube. So particularly 3 so transit mixture strips were required. As you can see, the concreting has been complete, only finishing little bit works are remaining, and after that the rain had to come, but till then we had completed most of the works, only some little minor finishing works was remaining, so the work was completed successfully. So if you found this video useful, you can like this video, share this video, and also share with your friends. And if you want more such videos, comment below on which topics you want with further videos. And if you found this video useful, please like and keep learning. Stay connected with Civil Center. Bye bye. Have a brilliant day.